Welcome student in second session from your textbook chapter number 3 metals and non-metals. Today we will continue this chapter. In last session we studied about the introduction of metals and non-metals, and second topic is that physical properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So metals and non-metals show different chemical property. First we will discuss that chemical properties of metal and then of non-metals. Okay, so the important chemical properties of metals are: first, reaction of metal with oxygen. So metal react with oxygens to form the metal oxide, and metal oxides are basic in nature. Okay, look at this metal react with oxygen and form the metal oxide, and this is what basic oxide, because this is basic in nature. So that some of the metals oxide react with water to form alkalis. Metal oxide being basic turn that red litmus to that blue solution. Okay, red litmus solution blue. Clear this one? And some metals are some metals react with oxygen even at room temperature. Some react on heating, whereas still other react only on strong heating. Okay, so some examples. So first we take the example of that sodium. So sodium metal react with oxygens of air, okay, at room temperature to form a basic oxide. That is what sodium oxide. So this is the formula that this is a symbol of that sodium metal and oxygen, and this is the formula of that sodium oxide. Clear this one? So that potassium metal also react with oxygen, okay, of at room temperature and form that potassium oxide. So like that. So sodium and potassium metal are so reactive. Okay, that's why they are stored under kerosene oil to prevent their reaction. Okay, some question that anyone that ask in that exam, that why that sodium and potassium metals stored in that kerosene oil. So here is the answer. Sodium and potassium metal are so reactive. Okay, ये कैसे होते हैं? Highly reactive. So that's why they are stored under kerosene oil to prevent. And why we kept in that kerosene oil? To prevent their reaction with oxygen, moisture and carbon dioxide. Clear this one? So that's why as to protect them, we should to keep in the kerosene oil. Okay, so potassium and sodium metals react with the oxygen at room temperature. Therefore potassium and sodium are reactive, very reactive metal. Clear this one? Okay, so now next, that some metals oxided amphoteric. Okay, amphoteric means that acidic and basic behavior, means वो acidic भी behavior show करते हो, basic behavior भी show करते. Clear? So example that aluminum oxide, zinc oxide. Clear? So means some metals are that amphoteric in nature. That amphoteric oxides react with both acids as well as bases to form the salt and water. So aluminium oxide is an amphoteric oxide which react with acid as well as base to form salt and water. Here is the sum. Aluminium oxide react with the hydrochloric acid to form aluminium chloride. Okay, this is the one kind of that salt. Okay, and that water. So here is that aluminium. In this reaction, aluminium oxide behave as a basic oxide because it reacts with acid to form the salt and water. Clear this one? And another reaction, that look at this. Aluminium oxide react with sodium hydroxide to form sodium aluminate, means this is the one kind of salt, okay, and water. So in this reaction, aluminium oxide behave as an acid, okay, acidic oxide, because it react with base to form that salt and water. Clear this one? So like that, zinc is also means react as base as in and as acids. Clear? means इस पे डिपेंड करता है. जैसे यहाँ पे देखो एसिड, जब वो एसिड से रिएक्ट करेगा तो इट बिहेव लाइक ए base of reactivity with oxygen, means all the metal how react with that oxygen. So here is the reactivity series, means this we know from the reactivity series, that sodium, okay, and after that magnesium, means sodium is greater than magnesium, okay. Magnesium is greater than zinc and zinc is greater than आयरन, आयरन इज ग्रेटर देन कॉपर. मीन सबसे ज्यादा इसमें रिएक्टिव कौन हुआ? सोडियम. सोडियम इज ए हाईली रिएक्टिव, ओके, एंड कॉपर इज ए लीस्ट. क्लियर दिस वन? सो दिस इज द रिएक्टिविटी. नेक्स्ट वन, रिएक्शन ऑफ मेटल्स विथ वाटर. सो मेटल रिएक्ट with water to form a metal hydroxide. Clear this one? Look at here. Metal react with water to form that metal hydroxide and that hydrogen gas. So is released, means that metal react with water to form a metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas is released. So some metals react even with cold water, some react with hot water, some react only with steam. Steam means that bhap, okay, vapor. So some do not react with steam water, means न तो वो steam से react करते और ना ही cold और hot water से react करते. Clear this one? So all the metals do not react with water. Clear this one? So the intensity of reaction of a metal with water depends on its chemical reactivity. Clear? Means that above that we discussed that order of reactivity with oxygen. So like that in water also. So metal react with water means no matter that is cold or hot, they form the metal hydroxide. Clear this one? And hydrogen gas. And when that metal react with steam, means जब वो vapor से react करते steam से, then form the metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Clear this one? When a metal react with water, then the product form metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So here is some example. Potassium and sodium metal react violently even with cold water, okay, and that hot water also. So here potassium react violently with cold water to form potassium hydroxide, means KOH, okay. AQ means that aqueous solution, and that hydrogen gas and heat is also generated. Clear? So that the reaction of potassium metal, okay, with water is highly exothermic. Why exo? Exo means that heat is generating, because in product heat is mentioned is it means what? That generating, heat producing, due to which the hydrogen gas form, okay, during the reaction and catches the fire immediately. So thus that potassium is a very reactive metals. Clear this one? So that's why we always keep that sodium and potassium in kerosene oil. That is also okay. So now second one is that magnesium, okay. Magnesium metal does not react with cold water. Clear? Magnesium react with the hot water to form the magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Clear? That here is that magnesium react with hot water. So it's showing that magnesium is less reactive, okay, as compared to that potassium. Clear this one? So now next one is zinc, okay. Zinc metal, zinc react with the steam. Okay, this H2O, this is also water, formula of water, but when here we mention G, it means that steam. Okay, look at here. H2O, that is L, means that liquid form, and here G means that steam. So when that zinc metal react with steam to form the zinc oxide and hydrogen gas. Clear this one? So in this cold, hot and steam means different metal react to the different water, means that cold, hot and steam. Clear this one? So now that order of reactivity, okay. So on the basis of figure of their reaction with steam, so we can arrange magnesium, okay, sodium that we can mention here, magnesium, aluminium, zinc and iron. Okay, so metal like lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water or even steam. It means that न तो वो means that water से react करते, hot, cold, nothing, okay, or even steam से भी. Clear? Reaction of metal with dilute acid. You know very well what is the mean of that dilute, mean that content of water mixed into that acid. Clear? So that metals usually displace hydrogen from dilute acids. Okay. So only the less reactive metal, that copper, okay, silver, gold, do not displace hydrogen from dilute acid. So when a metal react with a dilute acid, then a metal salt and hydrogen gas are formed. Look at here. Okay. So metal react with dilute acid to form that metal salt and hydrogen gas is released. Okay, here is the reaction. Metal react with dilute acid, form metal salt and hydrogen. Metal react with dilute hydrochloric acid to give metal chlorides, okay, and hydrogen gas. So sodium metal reacts violently, okay, with dilute hydrochloric acid to form sodium chloride and hydrogen gas. Remember this, okay. And this reaction shows that sodium metal is very reactive. Means that HCl is the acid, hydrochloric acid, okay. Now next react with that sulfuric acid, okay, to form that zinc sulfate and that hydrogen gas. Okay, now here look here. Copper metal react with what? That sulfuric acid. H2SO4 means that sulfuric acid, okay. So there is what? No reaction will form. Means उसमें कुछ भी reaction नहीं होती. Why? Because this is what? Less reactive. Now here that chemical properties of non-metals. Okay. So the important chemical properties of non-metals are given. So first, that reaction of non-metals with oxygen. Non-metals react with oxygens to form acidic oxide or neutral oxide. Means जब non-metal react करते oxygen से to form the acidic oxide or neutral oxide. The acidic oxide of non-metal turns blue litmus solution to red. आपने उसमें देखा था जब metal oxygen से react करते तो क्या form करते? Basic oxide, and they turn a red litmus to blue. But here is the opposite. When that non-metal react with oxygen, it forms the acidic oxide or neutral oxide, and that solution, okay, that acidic oxide non-metals turn blue litmus solution to red. Clear this? So here is the example that carbon is a non-metal. When carbon burns in air, okay, it react with oxygen. जैसे आप कार्बन बर्न करते हो तो एयर में क्या आपको पता है ऑक्सीजन है, तो जैसे ही कार्बन को आप बर्न करोगे तो ऑक्सीजन से रिएक्ट करेगा, ठीक है, एंड इट रिएक्ट विद ऑक्सीजन टू फॉर्म द एन एसिडिक ऑक्साइड, ओके, कॉल दैट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. क्लियर दिस वन? एंड दिस एसिडिक ऑक्साइड जब आप इसको वाटर में डिसोल्व करते हो, ओके, द एसिडिक ऑक्साइड मीन्स कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड डिसोल्व इन वाटर to form an acid, okay, called that carbonic acid. Means what is the formula of carbonic acid? H2CO3. Clear this one? Means जैसे आपने कार्बन नॉन मेटल को मीन्स बर्न किया, ठीक है, तो उसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एसिडिक ऑक्साइड फॉर्म हो, और इसी एसिडिक ऑक्साइड को जब आप वाटर में डिसोल्व करते हो देन इट गिव द एसिड. क्लियर? सो नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज दैट some non-metal oxide which are neutral, being neither acidic nor basic, that so here that carbon is a non-metal when carbon burn in insufficient, okay, remember that insufficient, okay, focus on that. When carbon that burns in an insufficient supply of oxygen, then it form the neutral oxide, that is called the carbon monoxide. So carbon dioxide is acidic oxide, but carbon monoxide, this is what? Neutral oxide, and this is more harmful as compared to carbon dioxide. Clear this one? That reaction of non-metals with water. Non-metals do not react with water, as to that react they need to displace hydrogen, okay, and for displacing they need to donate the electron to hydrogen, but it is not possible as they are themselves electron acceptors. Now next one, reaction of non-metals with dilute acid. So non-metals do not react with dilute acid. Non-metals do not displace that hydrogen from that acid. Clear? For example, that carbon, sulfur and phosphorus are put into a test tube. कंटेनिंग, अगर आप इस कार्बन, सल्फर, फास्फोरस को एक टेस्ट ट्यूब, ओके, पुट इनटू दैट टेस्ट ट्यूब कंटेनिंग डाइल्यूट सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड, आपने एक टेस्ट ट्यूब लिया, उसमें इनको डाला और उसमें डाइल्यूट सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड, सो देन नो हाइड्रोजन गैस इज इवॉल्व, क्योंकि कुछ तो रिएक्शन होनी चाहिए, जैसे आपने उसको एसिड में पुट किया तो उसमें कुछ भी रिएक्शन नहीं, क्योंकि उसमें हाइड्रोजन गैस इवॉल्व नहीं होती है. क्लियर? सो इट मीन्स दैट non-metals do not react with dilute acid and non-metals do. Why? Because non-metals do not displace the hydrogen from the acid. Clear this one? Next topic is that how do metals and non-metals react? Means वो कैसे react करते हैं? When metals react with non-metal means how do metal and non-metal means वो एक दूसरे से कैसे reaction करते हैं? Clear? So when metal react with non-metals they form the ionic compound. क्या form करते हैं? Ionic compound which contain ionic bonds. So when non-metal react with other non-metal they form the covalent compound. मीन्स जब वो मेटल से नॉन मेटल रिएक्ट करेंगे तो आयोनिक बॉन्ड बनाएंगे, और जब नॉन मेटल रिएक्ट विद द अदर नॉन मेटल दे फॉर्म द कोवैलेंट कंपाउंड. क्लियर? विच कंटेन द कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड. So the force which links the atom, okay, in a molecule is called a chemical bond. Means the force, okay, जो atoms के बीच में जो force रहता है वो atom in a molecule जो एक दूसरे से उसको connect करता है, so that is what that chemical bond. Next, okay, now about the chemical bonding. So the atoms combine with one another to achieve the inert gas electron arrangement, okay, एंड बिकम मोर स्टेबल. जो स्टेबल कंडीशन रहती है तो उसको अचीव करने के लिए वो कंबाइन होते हैं एटम्स. ठीक है? एन एटम कैन अचीव द इनर्ट गैस इलेक्ट्रॉन अरेंजमेंट इन 3 वे. बाय लॉसिंग वन और मोर इलेक्ट्रॉन, सेकेंड बाय गेनिंग वन और मोर इलेक्ट्रॉन, थर्ड बाय शेयरिंग वन और मोर इलेक्ट्रॉन. मीन्स लॉसिंग मीन्स इसमें डोनेट करते हैं, गेनिंग मीन्स एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, एक्सेप्टर, एंड शेयरिंग मीन्स दोनों में वो क्या करते हैं, उसमें शेयर करते, एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन को दोनों में शेयर करते हैं. क्लियर दिस वन? सो नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज टाइप्स ऑफ दैट केमिकल बॉन्ड. ओके, सो देयर इज 2 टाइप्स ऑफ केमिकल बॉन्ड, आयोनिक बॉन्ड एंड कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड. अभी आपको मैंने बताया कि आयोनिक बॉन्ड कब फॉर्म होता है, जब मेटल रिएक्ट विद द नॉन मेटल. ओके, सो उससे जो कंपाउंड बनेगा उसको आयोनिक कंपाउंड बोलते हैं, और उनके बीच में जो बॉन्ड रहता है उसको आयोनिक बॉन्ड कहते हैं. अब जो कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड है, क्लियर? सो कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड, नॉन मेटल रिएक्ट विद द अनदर नॉन मेटल, सो दे फॉर्म दैट कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड. क्लियर दिस वन? नाउ सो हियर इज फर्स्ट नाउ ionic bond formed by, okay, the chemical bond formed by transfer of electrons from one atom to another is known as the ionic bond. Clear? So it is the form when one atom donate the electron, means एक electron देगा, and other is what? Accept, means acceptor होता है और एक donator रहता है. ठीक है? donate करता है और एक donor होगा और एक acceptor होगा. Clear? So इलेक्ट्रॉन्स टू अचीव स्टेबल कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, और ये क्यों होता है? इट इज फॉर्म व्हेन वन एटम डोनेट इलेक्ट्रॉन, अदर एक्सेप्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स टू, ओके, अदर एक्सेप्ट द इलेक्ट्रॉन टू अचीव द स्टेबल कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. अब आपको एक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन आप ऑलरेडी प्रीवियस क्लासेस में रीड कर चुके हो. क्लियर? It is always formed between the metals and non-metal. This is the important things. Means when and in which, okay, that ionic bond form. So that ionic bond is formed, okay, in between that metal and non-metals. Clear this one? So here example, formation of sodium chloride, NaCl. Okay, means here that formation of sodium chloride means that so NaCl. Okay, so sodium metal whereas chlorine is a non metal. सोडियम कैसा है? मेटल है, और क्लोरीन क्या है? नॉन मेटल है. तो सोडियम मेटल react with chlorine to form the ionic compound okay, and that is what? Sodium chloride. Clear? So here that the atomic number of sodium is 11, so its electronic configuration is 2 at 1. Sodium atom has only one electron in its outermost shell. Okay, इसमें outermost cells में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है? Only one. So that sodium atoms donate one electron to a chlorine atom. Okay, okay, and forms a sodium ion. Means वो क्या करेगा? सोडियम क्लोरीन से रिएक्ट कर रहा है, तो वो ये एक जो लास्ट आउटर मोस्ट सेल में जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है ये क्लोरीन को दे देगा और क्या गेन करेगा? वो पॉजिटिव आयन. ओके, जो इलेक्ट्रॉन देता है उसमें कौन सा चार्ज आता है? पॉजिटिव. सो द एटॉमिक नंबर. सो लुक हियर कंपैरिजन. जब इन्होंने इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं दिया था, ओके, जब इसने सोडियम ने इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेट नहीं किया था, तो उसका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कैसा था? 2 at 1. एंड आफ्टर दैट वन what? There is a 2 at, because that one outermost cells given to that non-metal, okay, that chlorine. Now here the number of chlorine is 17, so its electronic configuration is 2 at 7. This is the arrangement of that electrons in different cells. Okay, so chlorine atom has 7 electrons in its outermost cells. Look at here. Okay, this is the 7. जैसे आपने देखा था सोडियम में 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन था outermost में, और इसमें क्या था? 7. Clear? So it is the outermost cells and needs one electron. Okay, needs one more electron to achieve the stable. अगर ये एक इलेक्ट्रॉन ले लेगा तो ये स्टेबल मीन्स 8 मीन्स ऑक्टेट. ओके, तो ऑक्टेट मीन्स कैसी है? स्टेबल पोजिशन. तो ये स्टेबल स्टेट को क्या करेगा? अचीव द स्टेबल स्टेट. सो इसलिए ये इलेक्ट्रॉन ले लेता है, और सोडियम जब इसको दे देगा तो आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पे, ठीक है, ये ऑलरेडी दैट स्टेबल कंडीशन में देयर इज दैट क्लोरीन आयन. ओके, मीन्स आफ्टर रिसीविंग वन इलेक्ट्रॉन इट ऑल्सो अचीव द स्टेबल कंडीशन. लुक हियर, 2 at 8. 8 means that octet. Octet means that stable condition. Clear? So a chlorine atom, okay, takes one electron from the sodium atom. Clear? So फॉर्म ए निगेटिवली चार्ज क्लोराइड आयन. तो इसमें कौन सा चार्ज आ गया? निगेटिव. मीन्स दैट जो इलेक्ट्रॉन देता है उससे पॉजिटिव चार्ज आता है, और जो इलेक्ट्रॉन लेता है उस पर निगेटिव चार्ज आता है. क्लियर? सो नाउ हियर आफ्टर रिसीविंग द इलेक्ट्रॉन दैट क्लोरीन हैज द कॉन्फिगरेशन दैट 2 at 8. ओके, एंड आफ्टर गिविंग दैट वन इलेक्ट्रॉन दैट सोडियम हैज द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन 2 and 8. क्लियर दिस वन? सो नाउ हियर व्हेन सोडियम react with the chlorine, it transfers its one outermost cell electron to the chlorine, okay, atom. By losing one electron, so sodium atom forms a sodium ion. Clear? And that by gaining one electron, this arrow showing that sodium given electron to the chlorine. Okay, and by that receiving, okay, by gaining one electron, the chlorine atom forms a chloride ion, that is what? Minus. Okay, means that chlorine, that ion, okay, negative charge is there. So electron transfer is showing here. Okay, this is the reaction by showing that electron transfer. 2 at 1 giving this one electron. Okay, and that after that gaining and this that losing one electron, there is 2 at. Here is sodium chloride. Okay, this is formed that what? Sodium chloride. 2 at 2 at 8. So this is the structure of that sodium chloride. Clear this one? So sodium में opposite charge थे. That's why they have the electrostatic force to form that sodium chloride. Clear this one? Now is the properties of ionic compound. So these are that usually crystalline solid. ये कैसे रहते हैं usually? Crystalline solid. Second, they have high melting point and boiling point. Means जो भी when metal react with non-metal, it form that ionic compound. और जो उनसे compound बनता है तो उसकी characteristic कैसी रहती है? They are usually crystalline solid. They have melting point and boiling point, means high melting point and boiling point. Third, it conducts electricity when dissolved in water or melted. Okay. Fourth, they are usually soluble in water. You know very well that sodium chloride easily soluble in water. Fifth, they are insoluble in organic solvents like alcohol, ether, acetone. Clear this one? So these are the properties of ionic compound. Now next is what? Covalent bond. Clear? The chemical bond formed by sharing of electron. इसमें क्या होता है? Sharing of electron between two atoms is known as a covalent bond. A covalent bond is formed when both the reacting atoms need electrons to achieve the inert gas electron arrangement. Whenever a non-metal combines with another non-metal, sharing of electron takes place between their atoms and a covalent bond is formed. For example, that hydrogen is a non-metal and chlorine is also a non-metal. So when hydrogen combined with the chlorine to form that hydrogen chloride. Okay, so hydrogen chloride, that sharing of electron takes place between the hydrogen and chlorine atoms and a covalent bond is formed. It should be noted that covalent bond can also be formed between two atoms of the same non-metals. Okay, for example, 2 chlorine. Okay, that chlorine atom is same atom. So two chlorine atoms combine together by sharing of electron to form a chlorine. That chlorine molecule means that Cl2. So and a covalent bond is formed between the two chlorine atoms. So from this we conclude that the bond formed between the atoms of the same element is a covalent bond. Clear this one? In the formation of covalent bond between two non-metals, each non-metal atoms share one or more electrons with the other non-metals. Okay, so the shared electron, clear? Shared electron are counted with both the atom, due to which each atom in the resulting molecules get an inert gas electron arrangement of 8 electron or 2 electron in the outermost shell. So the shared electron pair constitute the covalent bond. So here is that covalent bonds are of 3 types. How many types? 3 types. First one is single covalent bond. Second, double covalent bond. Third, triple covalent bond. Means from name only we can understand single means only one bond is there. Double means two bond is there. Triple means three bond is there. Okay. So first is what? Single covalent bond. First one is single covalent bond. It is formed by the sharing of one pair of electron. How many pair? Only one pair of electron between two atoms. Okay, for example, and it indicate by single line. Okay, this. So look here, H and H means H and H is क्या कर रहे? Sharing the electron and form the single covalent bond. So here is okay. The short line between the two hydrogen atom represent a single covalent bond consisting of two shared electron, one from each hydrogen atom. Clear? So chlorine molecules, okay, a chlorine molecule, hydrogen chloride, methane, carbon, tetrachloride, water and ammonia all contain single covalent bond. Now here some example that formation of a hydrogen chloride molecule means HCl. Okay, so that hydrogen atom has one valence electron, so it needs one more electron to get the 2 electron. Helium gas electron structure means stable condition and become stable. So chlorine atom has 7 valence electron. Okay, we already know that in that above discussion. So it also needs one more electron to achieve the 8 electron structure and become stable. So since both hydrogen atom and chlorine atom need one electron each, so they will become stable by sharing one electron with each other. Clear? So hydrogen atom, look here, this is a one valence means ये जो आप डॉट देख रहे हो तो इसमें आप सिर्फ जो वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन है लास्ट सेल में उससे ही आप शो करते हो. क्लियर? सो इन दैट एज वन इलेक्ट्रॉन. ठीक है, अब जो क्लोरीन है उसके लास्ट सेल्स में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है? 2, 2 4, 2 6 and 1 7, means 7 electrons are there in the valence. So here is showing only 7 dot. Clear? So hydrogen atom and chlorine atom share 1 electron each and form a hydrogen chloride molecule. Look here, this one and this one. Okay, तो जब ये शेयर कर लेंगे, look here, shared pair of electron, this single line means 2 electron share कर रहे. Okay, but only means common line means single. Okay, so there is a shared pair of electron. So hydrogen chloride single, okay, hydrogen chloride has a single has a covalent bond containing a single covalent bond. Clear? Hydrogen chloride gas is a covalent compound, means ये कौन सा compound form हुआ है यहाँ पे? Covalent compound containing a covalent bond. Clear this one? Now next one is a double covalent bond formed by the sharing of 2 pairs of electron. आपने उसमें देखा था 1 pair share करते हैं तो single bond, अब यहाँ पे 2 pair share कर रहे हैं between the 2 atoms, so that is what? Double bond. So it is showing by indicating this 2 line. Okay, look here, this is the oxygen. Okay, so that double bond is formed by the sharing of 2 pairs of electron between 2 atoms. So since 2 electrons of electron means 4 electrons, so we can also say that a double covalent bond is formed by sharing of 4 electrons. ठीक है, अब देखो यहाँ पे 1 2 3 4. ओके, बाय शेयरिंग ऑफ 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बिटवीन 2 एटम्स. ओके, यहाँ पे 2 एटम्स में शेयर हो रहे, each atom that contributing 2 electron for the sharing. Clear? The atomic number of oxygen is 8. Clear? So its electronic configuration is 2 6. So thus an oxygen atom has 6 electron in its outermost cells. Look here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So here is showing only that valence electron, okay, in that outermost cell. Since so the oxygen atom gets these electron by sharing its 2 electron with 2 electrons of another oxygen atom. So 2 oxygen atoms share 2 electrons, okay, each and form a stable oxygen molecule. So since the oxygen atoms share 2 pairs of electron, the bond between them is called the double covalent bond, because here is showing that 4 electron and double pairs are there. So in the oxygen molecule, the 2 oxygen atoms are held together by a double covalent bond. Clear this one? Now here is next triple bond. It is formed by the sharing of 3 pairs of electron. सिंगल में आपने देखा 1 पेयर इलेक्ट्रॉन शेयर किया, डबल में देखा आपने 2 पेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन शेयर किया. इन दिस थर्ड 3 pairs of electrons between the 2 atoms, okay, by indicating these 3 lines. Okay, so and 3 line and that n means that 3 covalent bond, mean triple covalent bond. Okay, so in that a triple bond is formed by the sharing of 3 pairs of electrons, 2 atoms between the 2 atoms. Since 3 pairs of electrons are equal to 6 electrons, we can also say that a triple bond is formed by sharing of 6 electron. Look here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so 6 pair in 2 atoms, so each atom contributing 3 electrons for that sharing. So triple bond is actually a combination of 3 single bond. So it is represented by putting 3 short line between the 2 atoms. Clear? This the atomic number of nitrogen is 7. So its electronic configuration is 2 5. This means that a nitrogen atom has 5 electrons in its outermost shell. Since a nitrogen atom has 5 electrons in its outermost shell, it needs 3 more electrons to achieve the octet structure, okay, of an inert gas become stable. So the nitrogen gas molecule, the 2 nitrogen atoms are held together by a triple bond. So in the nitrogen molecule, each nitrogen atom has now 8 electrons. Look here, 1 2 3 4 5, okay, 6 7 8 for this. Now here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 for this, means here now here Properties of covalent compound. These are usually liquid or gases. Second, they have usually low melting point and boiling point. Third, it does not conduct the electricity. Fourth, they are usually insoluble in water except that glucose, sugar and urea. Clear? And fifth, they are soluble in organic solvent. So these are the physical properties of that covalent compound. Clear this one? Now we can now differentiate easily between ionic compound and covalent compound. Ionic compound are usually crystalline solid, but here is what, that covalent are what, liquid or gas only. Okay, so only some of them are solid, exception. Clear? Second, ionic compound have high melting point and boiling point, that is ionic compounds are non-volatile, but in this covalent have the low melting point and boiling point. Clear? Third, ionic compound conduct electricity when dissolved in water or melted. Covalent compound do not conduct electricity. Clear this one? This is the third that comparison. Fourth, ionic compound are usually soluble in water, but in this they are usually insoluble in water. Okay, except that glucose, sugar and urea. And fifth, ionic compound are insoluble in organic solvent like that alcohol, ether, acetone. Clear? And covalent compound soluble in organic solvents. Clear this one? Thank you.